Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve and this is...
Ebony!
And who are you exactly?
I'm your wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's my wife. Today I thought we'd have a bit of fun, bit of a break from the usual tutorials and that sort of stuff to just have a bit of a laugh and just have some fun.
Some fun's good. Fun is good.
Are you gonna have fun?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
A little bit. I hope we're gonna have fun.
So the idea is I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions and you're going to answer them. And they're all about music.
Excellent.
Are you a musician?
No.
So this should be entertaining. But you kind of described it before as learning by osmosis. You've been around me for...
Do you really want to say how long?
It's been a long time. It's been at least over a decade. So along that time, you've probably picked up a lot of stuff that I've spoken about in class, spoken about around class. You've been around me and the music scene for quite a bit, so you've probably picked up a few things, right?
One can only hope.
Yeah, we'll see how much you picked up. That's what we're going to see today. So I have arranged 4 rounds with 3 questions each round. It's not that big. That's 12 questions. Well, 13. There's a bit of a bonus one at the end.
Oh.
Look, you'll probably know all this.
The confidence level is great.
Ready to start?
No.
Okay, round 1. I like to call this one the I don't have savings, I have synths round. I mean, you at home have probably seen the stack of synths that I have behind me. This is a true statement.
Oh yeah, it's a true statement, all right.
It's a good statement. I like the synths.
I like them too.
All right, question 1. Question 1 is analog versus digital. What is the difference?
Well, analog is a real sound, and digital is a made up sound, is a manufactured sound.
Kind of. I mean, you're on the right track. Analog is a real world sound made from analog equipment, and digital is made by a computer. The same thing, just made by a computer algorithm or equation.
Yeah, it's physical. Guitar and amp is an analog sound. Oops. Oh no.
Maybe stick to the questions. Here's Roxy, your emotional support animal for the session.
Lovely.
Question 2. What does the filter do on a synth?
The filter controls the ADSR, the attack, release and decay of the... No, I'm wrong.
No.
Does it control the oscillator?
No, it doesn't control anything. It's what we call a carrier.
Oh.
It carries audio, so it does something to the audio.
Oh, I don't know.
Think about the name filter. What is it filtering?
Filtering. Like, is that the type of waveform?
Think, like, if I went... It filters the sound. As in, like, low pass, open the filter, close the filter.
Low pass, high pass filter. Oh, yeah, it's in the name, isn't it? Yeah, it is in the name. Whoops, that was really bad. It filters
frequencies.
Frequencies. Right.
Okay. What are the 4 basic shapes or waves of synthesis?
Oh, I know this one. You've got a saw.
Yes, saw is one.
I almost wanted to say sawtooth, but it's not it.
Sawtooth.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, I think sometimes it is called a sawtooth wave. Or saw wave. Yeah,
okay, so saw wave. And then there's a square wave.
Square wave, yeah.
Triangle?
Triangle wave, yes. You've got one more, the basic foundation of everything. So close.
I just want to say like flat. Or
flat?
Yeah, but no.
As in no sound.
Oops, the sound died.
That's what happens when you let go of the key. It goes to a flat wave, I suppose. But like, no, there's one more. There's one more. It's the...
sine?
Yes! Sine wave!
Yes!
That's 1. You got 1. I'm going to keep track of this. Wait, is this one of those pencils that looks like a pencil with actually a pen?
It's a pen.
Okay,
yeah.
That's weird.
It's one of mine. That's why he doesn't know.
Alright, you got a grand total of 1 out of 3. That's 1. That's 1 point so far.
I liked how confident I was on that last one.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah. Alright, this is now round 2. This is an interesting one. I call this one eavesdropping on class. Context here is that I've had a number of online sessions, particularly during the COVID pandemic, and you were there, around, you know, while I was thinking. I didn't have a studio with doors, so you were just sort of around listening in on stuff. So this is just 3 random questions. While making a cup of tea. Exactly. While making a cup of tea, you were just around listening in on all the sessions. Students at home, she was there in the background to hear all of you asking questions. Yeah, exactly. Which was fun. So I've got 3 questions, 3 things that I've mentioned at some point lots of times in various sessions I've run online that you may have overheard. And I frankly probably have spoken about it a lot before as well. I really like this stuff. I'm a bit of a music nerd. So, what is the most important role of film score music?
To convey emotion.
Yes, and...
I want to say... denote the action in the scene.
what's the overall thing that it must support?
What's going on in the scene?
Which is called...
Tension?
No. The story!
Oh, the
story
Oh,
is the most
story.
important thing.
Sorry, well, I feel like I was on the right track.
You were getting there. It is to convey emotion, but it is to convey the emotion that supports the story. That is the most important thing. So that's a 0.
Oh, can we get half a point here?
Half points? Yeah, right.
I was on the right track.
Alright. What is timbre? Some people refer to it as timbre.
I know this one. Is it texture?
Yes. It's a texture of what?
Instruments.
Instruments, yeah. So you could
Texture
most
of
often...
instruments.
Yeah, texture of instruments. It's the sound of an instrument and the way it changes. What does MIDI do?
I know it's a digital instrument.
It is. The last 2 letters stand for digital instrument.
Yeah.
No, so the I and the D in the middle stand for instrument device.
Ow.
No, the 2 in the middle stand for instrument... It's very hard to not say... I'm just going to say the whole thing. Musical instrument digital interface. So you've got a few of the words in there.
Yeah.
So what is it?
It's a digital instrument in a door.
No.
Oh.
This is a classic mistake.
We've had this conversation before.
This is a classic mistake that I see a lot of students say. They say it's the sound of the instrument, where it is the instrument in the door, but it's not. It is, in fact, the controller of that instrument.
The controller of the instrument.
Yeah, it doesn't make sound. If someone says their MIDI sounds terrible, they mean that their instrument sounds terrible, or they haven't programmed the MIDI well enough to use the instrument. So 0 on that one. All right, this is the 3rd round. Okay, and I call this one Plinky Plonky Stringy Brassy.
That's got to be the weirdest name you've had so far, but I kind of like it.
I kind of like it too. It's the orchestral round.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I do a lot of orchestral music, and you hear a lot of it. So
I do.
You hear me talk about it a lot, which is the important one.
In those film score composing stuff, so you know that
exactly.
to convey story.
Story.
Just for all those playing at home, story is what it's supporting.
So, what is a string ostinato?
That's the one where the strings are going repeatedly.
Yes, it's a repeated rhythmic pattern.
Hey,
played on strings. Yeah,
I got that one. You use them maybe a little bit too much.
Wow, I use it like occasionally.
So you say.
Removing 6 points for that one.
Oh, come on. It's not fair.
All right, you got that one right. We'll give you a tick for that one, despite your sass.
Sass is part of it. If you did one sass, you should have gone home.
What are the 4 main string articulations? The 4 main ones that we use.
So you mean like the instrument itself, what you could do with it?
Well, first of all, I suppose, what is an articulation?
It's like an accent on a note, emphasizing something.
Not quite, no. I suppose I'll give you what an articulation is. So an articulation is the way a note is played, yes, but not in terms of emphasis. It's in terms of it might be played in a short style, and that's a specific name for articulations.
Oh.
Or a long held style, one which slurs notes together. I don't want to say anything because obviously I'm going to give it away, but like...
Oh, so like ties and things.
No.
Oh. In
You
terms
used
of
to play
like
clarinet a long time ago,
plucking the
right?
string.
Plucking the string? What's that one called? It's not called plucked, though. It's like there's a name for that articulation.
Oh, are we talking about like piano and forte and stuff?
No, that's dynamics.
Oops.
Okay, we're going to give you a 0 for this one. For those wondering at home, the main articulations that you would use is legato,
Oh,
staccato,
Staccato.
pizzicato, the plucking one,
Oh.
and tremolo. Those are probably the 4 top articulations. I'd be keen to know if you think that those at home are the top 4 string articulations. Leave a comment below if you think that I've missed one.
Oopsie.
And you missed all of them. All right, there is one final question, but you might get this one.
I might get this one.
What is the cor anglais?
Oh, what?
That breaks my heart a little bit. I don't know that one.
Oh.
I speak about the cor anglais all the time.
Do you
Well, not all the time, maybe not in every situation.
Do
But like
you
I speak about
really?
the cor anglais a lot.
Really? Well, core is in core of something.
No.
Core ensemble?
No, I like what you're thinking, but no. It is French.
I know it's French.
Well, if you know it's French, then core is not going to be in core of something,
I
is it?
know, but come on. Points for effort?
Okay, there's another name for the
Another
instrument.
name. Okay.
It's an instrument. I just
Oh,
gave
it's
that
an-
away.
oh,
it's an
okay,
instrument.
it's an
But
instrument.
what is the other name for the instrument? Cor anglais is...
A xylophone?
No.
Glockenspiel.
No. You're going to laugh when you find out what type of instrument it is, because glockenspiel...
Timpani!
No, you're squarely stuck in the percussion.
Oh, yeah, I
You need to
know.
be into the woodwinds. points.
Oh, it's not like a clarinet or something.
That's not a clarinet, no.
A bassoon.
So you're getting a 0 for this one.
Obviously.
The cor anglais is also known as the English horn, and it's kind of like a
Oh.
bigger version of an oboe. And I personally, I don't want anyone to take this personally bad, but I find oboe a little bit of a divisive sound for me, personally. Divisive as in, like, sometimes I love it, sometimes I absolutely hate it. And I think it really depends on the player. I mean, if you're in a school band with an oboe player, it probably sounds like a quacking duck and it sounds horrendous. But I went to uni with someone who could play the oboe in the most beautiful, lyrical way ever. And it was beautiful, but the oboe is not always beautiful. At least not played beautifully.
I feel like you like kind of dug yourself a grave and then you kind of got yourself out of it.
Well, that's good, as long as I ended out of it. But the cor anglais is like a very lyrical version, a little bit more mellow. And as a clarinet player originally myself, I kind of think it's a little closer to a clarinet and probably like it because of that. So I talk about it a lot and you do not listen. Awesome, it's good.
Let's define a lot first before we
I've mentioned
before
it
we
twice
throw
in the
shade.
10 odd years. But I do mention it a lot.
To me, you might mention it to yourself a lot.
All right. Next category. This is the final category. The final 3 questions. Would you like to know your score so far?
I can guess. I can count it on one hand.
You're on 4 out of 9 so far.
That's under 50%.
It's under 50%. Yeah, it's not so good.
No.
All right, I call this one the shredder who does not shred. The students watching this will find that funny.
Okay.
All right, this is basically a round about guitars because I'm a guitarist and I love guitars.
Well, I feel like I'm going to do well in this round.
I think you'll do well in this round. Okay, what is a combo amp? A combination of?
Well, that's got a head and a speaker.
Yes! It's a combination
Yeah,
of
so you
the
gotta,
head and the speaker
the
together.
head's got to like
Yeah.
in there.
It's the combination of 2 types of amplifiers. What is that? That gives you a bonus point right now if you can answer that. There are
What
2
is that?
types of amplifiers.
I don't know.
So close. You could have got a bonus point. A preamp
Oh, preamp.
and a power amp.
Duh. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Talked about those so much.
Yeah, but you still
Yeah.
got the point. So that's good.
Yay.
All right. I've got props for the next one. I'm excited. Okay. What guitar is this?
Well, it's a Fender Stratocaster.
It is.
And
It
it's
is.
your baby.
It is my favorite. And what is this guitar?
It's a Gibson.
That's all part of one question, and here's the final part of that question. Why do I need both?
Because they are different in tone.
Yeah, she gets it. Yeah. In fact, you get a bonus point for that one, for being such a supportive wife.
Oh, darling.
Right. Last question. What is the difference between a single coil and a humbucker?
Well, firstly, those are called pickups.
Very good, yes.
So let's start with that for everyone playing at home, in case they're not guitar players like yourself. A single coil is a single row of pickups,
Yeah.
and then the humbucker has 2. Now, the first single coil is round one way. For humbucker, to buck the hum, they are reverse wound on the other ones. So that is the
You know what,
difference between a single coil.
You get 2 points for that. And also I'm embarrassed at how much I've spoken about pickups. Because clearly that's the one that you remember the most.
I know about the pickups. So yeah, leave all the instrumentation,
Yeah,
classical instrumentation
yeah.
aside. My special subject is guitar.
Yeah, I should have made this quiz all about guitars and then you would have known everything.
Yeah, I kind of thought you were going to make it more guitar-centric.
No, not at all.
But yeah, I'm glad that
All
got...
right.
Does that get bonus points? 'Cause
You got 2 bonus points in that round. So you got 5 out of 3. That doesn't make mathematical sense, but there you go. 166.6 reoccurring percent. Nice.
Yeah,
So that brings you a total of 9 out of 12 with bonus points.
that's pretty
That's
good.
pretty good. That's pretty
I
good.
feel a little better now.
But here's the thing. None of that matters
Oh no.
unless you can do one very specific thing.
Oh dear, I feel like we've...
You need to roll this cable.
Oh no!
Any partner of a musician will be required to know how to properly roll cables.
I knew exactly
Yes.
what this cable was for when I
Yes.
saw it.
Look at that. It's beautiful,
Oh,
straight, and
no.
wonderful. Now
Are you
have to...
gonna throw it after I do it?
Oh, we could do the throw test, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm paying very close attention.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, we go. So you've gone backwards first.
Yeah, so we go backwards first. I like to go forwards first because it makes for a
But why are you
cleaner-
going backwards? Because you're going
Because
with...
I'm going with the way the cable is going.
Yes, very important.
Yeah,
A lot
because
of people do forwards and backwards, but you got to go with what the cable's telling you.
you do have to go with what the cable is telling you, but at the same time, you need to make sure there are both types of coiling in the
Yeah,
process
don't
as
keep
well.
going backwards. That's for sure.
No. And then we do a different one. We do that one.
Yeah.
And then we go forwards. And then this one's giving it away for me. So we'll just follow. Make sure it's all nice and neat. Now, very important, don't remove this. Keep it on there because then you can just put it around and it's done.
Good. That's actually pretty good. And importantly, they're on either side of the cable. That's good. So then you're
I'm
not
glad
just like
you
pulling
gave
through.
me the little one.
Yeah, I've got much longer cables I could have given you. This could have been a really grueling challenge if we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Well, no, here it is. Well done. That is an acceptable. It's a little small, but like
I feel
not
like
bad.
that was the size you gave me. And if you want to get picky, you can review the footage.
Okay.
Yeah.
As well. Well done. Well done.
You're gonna embarrass me and do the throw test now?
We'll do the throw test to see if you've actually done it correctly. Oh, yeah. Oh. Folks at home, it's not bad. Look, I think it's mostly just because this is a woven cable. There you go. So that's fine. You did well.
Naughty
You passed.
cable.
You passed.
Oh.
So that gives you a grand total of all the points because you passed that one single question. It's completely irrelevant. The points don't matter.
Do I now
there we
get
go.
a special license so that I can roll cables full time now?
Sure, I'll write you one right now. What would you like? Just Ebony can roll cables. Well done. Thanks very much for playing. And thanks for playing along at home as well. I'd be interested to know how many points you got right if you were playing along. That was fun? Yeah?
Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah.
So I think this was pretty fun, pretty successful. I enjoyed it. I think you'll probably pop up on the channel from time to time. You already have. If you've been noticing, in the last few videos, there was a hand with a bag of crisps, and that was you. So
Yeah, when I didn't hit you in the face.
yeah, that was scary. So Eb has been my support for the channel. Well done. So hit the like button for Eb's sake, because I really want her to be in more videos and I wanted to know that it's going to be good, okay? Yeah, it's going to be good, it's friendly. Otherwise, if you've enjoyed this, why not subscribe? We actually have a lot more videos that are more useful than this one, maybe. More like tutorials and stuff like that, but this was a bit of fun, so we might do this more in the future as well. So why not subscribe on your way out, but otherwise, we will see you in the next one.
Dancing to the room noise.
You can't make a noise with room. Okay, we're going to do room noise again. Shush.
I was dancing to the room noise.
You can't dance to the room noise. Room noise. We need to hear the room.
I'm in the room.
Don't look at my
Oh,
question.
I can't read your handwriting. I'm not cheating. I can't
Alright.
even read your handwriting from this angle.
I can't read my handwriting. Hey, welcome back to the channel, and my name is Steve, and this is...
Oh.
Wow.
You didn't tell me I had to say my own name.
Ugh.
I'm the best. I'm
Alright.
sorry.
You've been to a lot of my rehearsals. You've been around a lot. You've been around a lot? That's probably not a nice thing to say.
That's your wife. Maybe not. Maybe you should say something a little better. You've been around everyone a lot.